Welcome back, my friends. It is, of course, the MRC show that never ends. We've already seen carnage and high drama, high stakes in a race, but now, of course, it is time for the elite, and it is damp in qualifying. We can see that already. Wow, this is going to throw up a bit of a storm. We are, of course, here it is Monday night. It's Tier 1 MRC, and we are live from the roller coaster that is Zandvoort. Alongside me this evening, it is the one and only, it's my partner in crime. It is Mr. Monster. Good evening.
Evening, Mr. Hodgson.
Good
happy
evening,
birthday
sir.
for
Good.
you last week as well.
Sorry?
And a happy birthday for you for last week as well.
Thank you, and to you. To you. Yeah, but cause a celebration here in the commentary box. The rum is flowing, the drinks are on, and not too much though, because we do have a race on our hands.
Now for
First
an
out.
on track.
Yes, certainly is. First one is Mr. Ballboy. We're lacking sound. Let's quickly pause and come back. There we are. The sound is here now. That standard little glitch that we have. So let's get the telemetry all up there. Yeah, we have to see if we are going to have a dry race. Who is going to sacrifice qualifying, and who is going to focus on the race, or who is going to actually focus on the qualifying and get their grid position. We will see. The 16 minutes left already of the session. It always flies by when you're in MRC, and especially when you're in the commentary box, Mr.
That's quite interesting. What I've just noticed on Camo's car.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the intermediates on, but there was a certain little flap on the rear wing though.
Well, that is interesting. We're going to watch him. We're still on board with him. I actually just was looking away at.
It's activated.
It is. Ooh. Well, it is very light though, and it's not like we've just seen in the Tier 2 race. So, okay.
Oh, Nick,
that's
says wet.
Oh, okay. And I know from a certain MTO said, can we please turn off the dynamic weather in Tier 1? Sorry, my friend, not a Scooby-Doo. Not a chance. Not going to happen. Then. You are meant to be the elites, and that's how we like to test them, by making it wet for them. But we will.
It's weird that it's intermediates and have the DRS online.
Well, it's on that cusp, isn't it? It gets to that changeover point.
Yeah, it just threw me off. That's just really weird.
Yeah, it does happen. We're just riding on board, but he's still taking a wide line. You know, it's still slippery out there. Oh, as he gets a little twitch on as he opens the DRS. And that's just proof it's not fully dry yet. There is a little bit of rain falling.
He'll be feathering that throttle around the banking, I think.
He is. He upshifts very early to be able to get the drive to stop the rear from twitching. As, the track does bed in. You can do a lot on these medium tyres with a little bit of glitch in there. Sorry, on the mediums, on the intermediates, I should say. But will you need them for the race? 4 sets of intermediate tyres. So you can do a 120.8. Let's have a look who is next on track. There's a few drivers about to cross the line. We're going to get some times in thick and fast, unless, of course, unfortunately, some people will invalidate. Let's have a look. Sorry, there we go. Let's ride on board with Mr. Ollie. I think he may have invalidated his lap. He is going to go again. I think a few drivers might have done. But what we have tonight is a couple of the stand-ins, couple of reserves. Calvin's going to be out in his fishing boat with his Mac on and his fishing rod because he had a great race in Tier 2. Solid drive, and he had damage as well, so that was a great drive from him. He's now reserving as well. And it is the one and only Mr. Cocklepicker as well, who puts it at 20.4 with that to take the initial lead. He's got great pace around here, showed it in the Tier 2 race. And I'm sure he's going to be fighting to get up to Tier 1 next season. And you would have to say, Andrew, well deserved.
He's taken a very good claim for it. And I'm just having an eye on the number 27 Ferrari at the minute and see how he's getting on.
Oh, there's a Johnny in the 19.7. That's a great lap. Wow. That's, Dynamite then popped it in second. But wow, that's superb lap from him. As we're on board with the Alpine of the Qatari. He's used to seeing more sand than rain.
20.4 for Ollie Racing. He goes P4, no, P5. It's Calvin. in the Iron Brewmobile.
Right behind Bergen as well. Now, those two were very, very quick in the practice session yesterday. I know that was in the dry. And they've obviously thrown it in the intermediate tyres in the Tier 2 race.
It was a very big, not a very big split yesterday in practice between all of us, was it?
No, it wasn't. And to be fair, there was, 15 drivers in the Tier 2 race. Rappel's out. He's gone out the banking as well. Very dangerous. Very easy to do as we're going to ride on board. Let's have a look. See if his car's still there as Seppi goes around. Oh, he's lost it big time through there. I actually lost the back wheel of there in qualifying. I spun it and lost the back.
I went off there, annoyingly in a league race a couple of weeks ago. I was chasing down P5, but the car just literally went on the last lap and I broke the rear wheel.
Oh dear.
It's not exactly a difficult thing to do.
It's not.
I'm keeping an eye on the champ, see how well his opening gambit's going to be.
Yep, well, we're riding on board with the Whaley Blowhole Bailey. Likes the wet conditions. Well, he sets his car up very twitchy. It does like quite a twitchy car and to wrestle the car around. But let's see how these conditions suit the blowhole. Didn't even have full throttle going around the banking of the last corner, but he's going to pop it across the line into ninth. Dynamite's gone quicker. Only a half a tenth behind Ujoni's Hoseman Sander. The hose pipe he's on, let's call it a trickle at the moment, the hose pipe. And yeah, he's popped into that.
That banking, I think it's named after Harry Lyndyke.
It certainly is. Harry Lyndyke bocked. Or probably corner, that probably meant. We will, of course, ride on board. It's what?
Ujoni's gone. He spun.
Oh. We missed that. Nick BT's retired from the session. So, well, Austin Arnold, you called it. You did say how long he was behind the wall, and he's lost it out of turn. I don't know my corners around here. Turn 10, box 10. Doesn't have a corner name, neither does box 9.
Ujoni was on the back straight, and I think I know what Nick BT's done. I think I've done the same thing before. You know that curb on the right hand side that just go before you go into the banking.
What, is that how I retired in Tier 2?
No, I've done it before. It's the turn 4-5.
No, he was at turn 10. I think. Well, he could have been at turn 10. One of them was.
I saw an AlphaTauri round at around early in the first section of the lap.
Well, he could be right. Oh, as Thatcher's buried it in the wall backwards, but he's okay to keep on going. There's a few drivers doing a couple of laps at the moment, as we said. But actually, I'm going to ride on board with Thatcher at the moment. Oh, he's heated those intermediates up. But to be fair, it looks like it is. The rain has stopped. Could we see soft tyres? Well, you said earlier, oh, there's a lot of rubber down there as people have been locking up the brakes. But let's go on board with Mr. LRL, Stefan.
And that's very nice AlphaTauri.
Biased.
It's a nice looking car, I can't help it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think so.
I didn't mind the paint job on that, to be fair. They've definitely done worse. But no, I don't mind that one.
I think back in the early Toro Rosso days.
Yeah, they were just, no. But we're going to go up on board. Saviour is also, he's out on the soft tyres. Look at that driver straight away. Look at them. All leaving the pits.
Yeah,
already on the soft tyres, which is what we called. The rain has stopped. We saw the DRS open at the start of...
there's so much red now.
Oh, yeah. It's we're going to see that.
Still not massively planted, though. I was just on with the Slayer, and it was looking at around 6 and 7. That looked very wobbly.
Yeah.
Still. I don't know whether it's still full throttle yet. I'm going to load of these. But we'll see.
You certainly will.
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah, as LLL's pitted, he was on the Inters, and he is now pitted. But let's ride on board with the German himself, Mr. Saviour. Lando Gaming, good evening. Hello, welcome. Nice to have you with us. Watching MRC live, of course, as we are every single race. Yeah, you can see the difference in grip there. He was able to take it flat out. And then, of course, there's a 12.8 on that one.
He gets the bonus point from me, does Lando, for using the number 4 in his username as well.
Yeah, look, yeah, that's a good point. Oh, Bergen, 12.8 as well. Just Pips, Xavier. Let's have a look. Who is on board with? And let's ride on board with Mr. Birdie. He has put his fishing rod away. And he is now hopefully going to be unleashing the Falcon as he goes around Shevlak and then into Mattersbach, turn 8, into Bach 9. Takes a bit of curb through that one. It's going to be completely different. He's just finished racing in an intermediate wet race, and now we've had intermediates, and now he's back onto the soft tyres through Bach 10 as he runs up the DRS straight into Hans Ernest Bocht, which is 11. Oh, bounces over the curb. Quite nicely, actually. That car looks very stable through there. And then through turn 12, gets the power down. And then we go into Kummerbocht. That's one for Gav. Turn 13. And Ari Lundijk Bocht is the banking there. DRS wide open, loose tyre out there as he powers towards the line and does a 12. 5. And then beaten by the Slayer straight away. I think the Slayer may have benefited from a little bit of a tow with that one, but who are we to judge? Alex is on a good lap. MTO's then gone quitted. It's going to be difficult to keep up with these, I'm not going to lie, folks. We're not even going to try. The lap time's going to fall. Discharge, yeah, 11.7. There's no point. Well, you know what? You just watch, guys. The lap times are going to tumble, and we'll come to a summary at the end, I think, is the best way.
Might be the better idea. These lap times are going to tumble, probably. I'm trying to think of an analogy now that's good, but not really offensive. Oh, he's lost it!
Oh, we kind of skipped past him, but then he's lost it at turn 2 into turn 3. That is Gerlachbocht into Hugenheitsbocht.
You've been practicing these, haven't you?
No, I've had a run before. I had a run after I crashed.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't top up before this stream, so we haven't got a run. Oh, hang on, who was that? Oh, that was Ollie. Sorry, I just saw a car there diving out the way. Yeah, and I think it was actually Ollie taking to the grass. There's a Calvin, there he is. There's his Falcon. 11.658, a tenth ahead of the 3-time champ Jay Sarge. The hosepipe has now stopped dripping. He is now on the full dries, going round the last corner. Ari Lundijk Bocht, and he's going to power towards that. And oh wow, Bergen 11.5 now, and Hoseman then 11.52. Wow, this is getting a little bit tight.
That's what she said.
Fair.
11.0.
Wow, I'm sure we're gonna see the 10s. We're gonna call it. We're gonna have to see the 110s.
Get the 10s, I'll be amazed.
Yeah, we've got just under 5 minutes left already of the session. Xavier's in the pits. He was the first one on the softs, and we've seen it. Look at that. There's LOL there, 11.3 for him. Pops it into second place with that one. Let's have a look at Karim Benzema in the Mercedes. How is he going to go as he goes around turn 3 and then up through Hunselig? Who's a rookie? Yeah, let's go with that. 4, 5, and 6, which is Slottenbakkerbok, and then into Sevlak. Sorry.
I was going to say, he's probably been practicing with Real Madrid on the off season.
Yeah, he has, getting his reflexes out, especially if what Nick BT says comes to true. We're going to have wet in the race. It's certainly going to need all of his agility and fast reactions. MTO there we go. Yeah, we're in the 10s. There we go. Mike has popped it into
listening to the stream.
10s. Yeah, pushing hard, pushing very, very hard.
Someone must have been very listening to the stream and just thinking, yep, hold my beer, guys. I'm going to go for that 10.
Scratch has got a Williams, right? I'm going to borrow Connor's term in tribute to Connor. Up his chuff on this lap. I'm not sure who it is. It could be, well, Alex has popped it into third, so it could be Alex with that one.
I think it's Bailey.
Yeah, it could be Mr. Blowhole, and he's also on a fast lap, so this could be interesting, to say the least. We've got an Alpine. Ooh, so I'm a little bit late. That may have put Scratch off as Bailey went a little bit wide through the banking, but this is going to be really close. It's going to be interesting because Bailey could. Oh, look at that! Scratch really got on the curve, got a big bit of slapper on there, and had to really correct and drift into turn 8 and 9 through that one. Scratchy is on. quick lap. But yeah, this could either hamper Bailey or give him a good bit of slipstream. There's also that's a Ferrari, sorry, in the background. There's a yellow flag coming through sector 3.
It's Ollie racing.
Chris has bailed on that lap, but where does Scotch go? He goes 14th with that one, a 12.0, which is still a respectable time, gotta say. Very respectable.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
He's going to go again.
Yes. A lot of drivers in the pits. Last change of tyres. Last quick lap. Dash towards the end to get their final runs in.
So many yellow flags. Can we have a look at the time, please?
Yeah. It's who's out on track. Actually, a lot of people now on the out lap as well.
G-Star's rolling as well. Calvin's following. Hot pursuit. They are in a good spot, actually. I think they're going to be... Calvin's going to be in a good spot, actually. He's very far away from traffic.
Yeah, it's come up behind a Ferrari, who that is... I think that's Ollie. But Ollie's on a quick lap. J. Sargent's invalidated, but that's his out lap, so that's not going to hurt him at all. Kid Dynamite's now leaving the pits, and I do believe behind him that will be... It is the blowhole himself. We have Sun in the seaside resort.
Yes, it's right by the beach.
It certainly is.
Are they going to get round in time, though?
Well, they've got 1 minute 10. They're going to have to push. They are really going to have to push to get round.
May have left this too late.
Yeah, they could have done.
Have to race around.
Yeah, we're going to come back to that, but we're going to ride on board with the Tier 2 winner, I do believe he was. And that is, of course, the cockle picker from Morecambe. That is Bergen. I know he doesn't really like being on the stream because it does, he says, it puts a bit of pressure on him, but let's see what he's made of. We know he's made of strong stuff. Here's the cockle picker.
So, I'm just keeping an eye on the number 70 Ferrari, see how he's doing at the minute.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. He's currently down in 12th. Also got to take a look at our champ leader. Xavier is down in 17th at the moment.
Last car to set a lap. I think he's going to... Oh, there's a Red Bull. Oh, no, Xavier's pitting.
Xavier pitted. Oh, wow. So Xavier is going to be 17th on the grid. I mean, he could be literally going for full wet setup. You'll have seen, of course, the weather forecast, and he will know what is coming. Next time on Bergen powers out. Oh, there we are. Just Sarge. There we go to 10.963. Bergen pops it into 4th with an 11.1. Still a fantastic lap for him. Definitely says, whoa, so just got a go board with Seppi and he's lost it through the banking. And he's going right down the hill, and he's now, that's him out, and MTO's retired from the session. Haven't seen what's happened to him. He's actually gone outside of Bok 10. He must have got a little bit wide, and he's lost it into the wall. So that will be MTO's session over. Let's have a look who's on a lap. Hosman's in traffic, in a lot of traffic. He's bailed on that lap. Let's have a look. What about Chris Bailey? Chris Bailey's gone round as well. He'll start from 11th. Dynamite. Let's have a look at Dean. We'll see what he's doing. He's coming out. The last cut. Oh, a little bit squirrely. Wow. Jeez, is he going to bail on it? No, he's going to go and finish the lap. What does he do? He goes up to 9th with that. A little bit of an improvement, and that. Oh, Biss Bailey's really gone round now. He's cooked those soft tyres. And so, as Hosman bailed on his lap, he was in a lot of traffic. Yeah, I think he has slowed down.
He's doing pirouettes now.
Yeah. Leave him to it. And that is qualifying there, folks. Your 3-time champion. Here's Jay Sarge. He takes pole position. Mike will be in 2nd spot with SW Seppi will be in 3rd. Line up behind him, and then alongside will be Bergen with Mr. Calvin and his zoo of many, many animals and many, many things. He will be in 5th. Alex, the Guitari, he is in 6th. Ollie Poole is in 7th. Stefan LRL is in 8th. Kid Dynamite in 9th. Hosman rounds out the top 10. Then we have Kareem Benzema Blowhole Bailey in 12th, G-Star in 13th, Mr. Ballboy in 14th, The Slayer in 15th, Fatch 16th, Saviour in 17th, Joni unfortunately lost it early on. He's in 18th, Lerapel, Nick BT will line up 19th and 20th respectively. Well, that was a bit difficult to keep up with.
Yeah, that was a bit rapid fire.
Yeah, it certainly was.
It was very rapid fire. Look at the gaps in that front. Start a sentence again. That front three.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, there certainly are. That's absolutely insane. Around a 1 minute 10 lap, a 70-second lap, and then down to, let's have a look. So we've got the top 15 as it was, funnily enough, in Tier 2. The top 15 separated by less than a second. Nonetheless, wow, impressive. That's close. So we are looking forward to apparently a very wet race here in Netherlands yet again. Who has set the car up for the wet? Oh, there it is. There's puddles aplenty. That looks like it could be full wet tyres.
Let's have a look. That might, I think that, yeah, that might have been better, wetter than what we had it.
It looks like it. It certainly does. So we will wait and see. The timer goes down as the driver's making the last minute adjustments to their setups that you've allowed in Park Fermi: tyre pressures, differential settings, and of course the front wing setting. That is all they are allowed to change, and I'm sure some of them will have dropped it a touch for the qualifying ones in the dry. However, yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't really change much. It seems that it is always very high wings. Oh, intermediate tyres. Okay, so it's not raining that heavily at the moment. Let's have a look at what are we going to look at here. So we'll have a look at everybody starting on the intermediate tyres. Not really a difference in strategy. Some people, though, did manage to take them very long way. Some will decide to take that one pit stop. It's easy to get a safety car on here. I have actually lost track of how many we had in Tier 2. I accidentally think I may have caused one. By accident.
I may have caused one too.
Yep, so if it was either of us, folks, we apologise profusely, because it's not what we want, it's not what we need, and to be fair, it cost...
intentionally.
No, definitely not. I was challenging for a win, which surprised me, to be fair, to be that far up. But hey ho, we go racing. We are in Monza next week. But before you switch off and look to next week, we of course got this one in the damp conditions, the intermediate tyres for Tier 1. Then of course on Wednesday we have Tier 3, Tier 4, and then on Friday MRCX of course will be racing out here in their custom liveried vehicles, trying as I actually don't know what the championship lead is now. I know it's been very much reduced, but it's going to get tasty, especially in that elite tier. Is getting very, very tasty at the moment in MRCX. So please do not forget, ring the bell, subscribe, and get notifications. But don't forget, folks, in the description, do not forget to vote for your driver of the day. It will be up in the Discord as well. Let's have a look. No, it's not in the description yet. We will get that in the description for you soon. But do not forget to subscribe and like as well to the channel. But yes, please don't forget your driver of the day. However, we are ready to go racing. J Sarge on pole, MTO second, SW in third, Seppi. Then the cockle picker is in fourth. Calvin's got his inflatables back out. He's got his dinghy. He lines up in fifth. Alex in sixth. Ollie seventh. Stefan in eighth. Dean in ninth. And the hosepipe is now sprung another leak. He lines up in 10th. So we have got position changes. Yeah, a trip to B&Q might be needed. There we go, folks. We've got a really good view around the back of the grid, waiting for the lights. We are 2, we are 3, we are 4, we are 5 red lights. No way we go. Jump start from Ollie. Lights were held very, very long there, but we are on board. J Sarge, how was his getaway? Wow, what a getaway from there. MTO's got one as well. There's Seppi's going. Oh, this is rubbish camera angles. Sorry, folks. Calvin's had a moment at the start. He's dropped all the way down to 20th, but Seppi's managed to get MTO. Alex has taken advantage. He's up 2 spots. Stefan's up 2 as well. Slayer's got up 4. Saviour up 1. Up 2 now. He's got past O'Fatch, but Jay Sarge got a very clean getaway. Got a really good start. There's an Alpine of Alex. Wow. He had a go at MTO. Now MTO's struggling a lot at the start of this. Berger's up to 4th now as well. As MTO's really under pressure from Stefan as well.
No damage on the Alfa Romeo. Just having a quick check.
Yeah, the Alpha Tauri looks okay at the moment as well. And behind him. I don't know if he just struggled with these conditions as Bergen's having a look at Alex going around the outside of Bach 10. No DRS, of course. Even if it does get enabled, it won't be for another couple of laps. He's got his hammer on the brakes into 11 and then to 12. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. Oh, I think he just outbroke himself a touch there, Bergen. But Alex has now got him back.
Oh, Slayer's hit the wall on the outside.
Oh no, we've got.
Oh God, that was a bit naughty reversing there. The coach thing was on.
Oh, thank goodness for that. As we finish the first lap, there we go. Who's that that's pitted? That's Ollie that's pitted. He's going for his drive-through. Get that done and out of the way. Look at this, Bergen and Alex nearly having a quick look through turn 1. Bergen was very, very quick in this opening sector. Is he going to have a look into 2? Alex has left him room. Very nicely raced. Is he going to try the high line, or is he going to try the switcheroo? But he tries the high line. How's his drive out of 3? What a great drive. What a fantastic move from Bergen. He's now up into P3. Gisage a second, 1.1 ahead of Seppi. Bergen another second further back. There's a yellow flag further back. I think the Slayer, Ollie Saviour's pitted as well, and the Calvin's pitted.
Front wing damage.
He has. Oh, as Alex is having another look at Bergen. Bergen saw him coming. Had to take a while and got a little bit slippy. There's almost 3 abreast, but all have to back out. Stefan, sorry, but look at that. Steffi had to do that. Now Mike's fighting back as well, and now Alex goes a little bit wide, and then MTO got a little bit stuck, a little bit boxed in. Is there going to be contact? Is they going to keep it clear? There is, and Alex has gone round.
Oh, he'll be kicking himself for that.
Yeah, I think that's just 2 into 1. Does not go.
It's not a great overtaking spot there.
Not really, unless you really clear ahead. But I tell you what, the gap up front, as Seppi has closed that gap to half a second now to our leader, Jay Sargent. Dynamite now puts in. There's going to be lap times are going to be dropping as people start to really get used to the grip levels, get used to the cars, and DRS is enabled. Good call. Good spot. So,
double stacking.
Ooh, that's going to hurt.
I know one of them's got damage, but I'm going to keep an eye on them just to see.
Yep. Good call.
Oh, that's dry tire. I think that's dry tires.
Let's have a look. It is. G-Star's on the mediums.
The DRS is enabled. That was the sign.
Yep, it was.
If that was me, I'd have seen that and just go, right, I'm in.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of rain falling though, and it may be a little bit slippy. Slayer's done the same thing as well. Now their times are going to be very, very interesting. Let's see.
I will keep an eye on those Aston Martins if you want me to for half a lap and see what they're
Sounds
doing.
pretty good. I think it might take about a lap or 2 for them to get that grip levels up. But there we are, DRS enabled. Seppi's in range. Bergen's in range. Stefan as well in range. There's a little DRS train forming now behind Jay Sarge. Who's going to be the first to blink? Who's going to be the one that dunks into the pits and then takes over and decides to take the risk? Who's going to go? Sarge is going. Sarge is the one that blinks. Sarge has gone first. Let's have a look. Any others going in further down the order? Not at the moment. So Sarge the first one. Let's have a look. What tyres is that man going to go on to? Nick BT has decided. Thatcher's gone in as well. Mediums as well for Sarge. Oh, Nick BT. Oh, that's unlucky.
I think Sarge is going to come out in some good some good clean air, actually.
Nick's put the soft tyres on, so he's going for at least a 2-stopper.
He's out behind his teammate at the minute. But I think if I was Ollie, I'd let Sarge have a bit of a run, see if he can jump the other.
We'll have to see. It's going to take the mediums. It's still raining slightly. We can see on the screens there, but it takes a lap anyway for the medium tyres to start coming in.
Actually, because they would have heated up quicker.
Yeah. Well, maybe going for longevity. Maybe they think the rain is going to stop. But we're still concentrating on the top 3 at the moment. Dynamite nearly 2 seconds further back, and MTO a second further back. But he's got Kareem Benzema up his chuffer as well, up the back of him. As MTO gets the first penalty, with Nick BT got one, of course, for speeding. But 3 seconds for there. Scratch has got past MTO for 5th and 6th. Now, who's going to pit? That's Bergen's pitted. Bergen's decided, okay, let's me have some of that as well. You know, Sarge went, he's trying the overcut, so that's going to be interesting to see where they come out. But Sarge, you know, he came out about 9/10 back, and he's now 1.4 seconds further back.
In the Haas.
Yeah, there's a few behind him. Bailey's pitted, Scratcher's pitted as well. Yeah, he is.
Scratch is going back onto Winters. That's interesting.
It is. Now, where's Bergen going to come out in regards to... Oh, he's right behind...
Sarge.
Yep.
Sarge made time this to perfection.
Good. That gap is closer than it was, though, but Sarge is going to have the benefit. It is. He's going to have the benefit, though, of a lap on those tyres to know where the grip is, whereas Bergen has not got that yet. He's going to be searching for the grip, trying to get the tyres in nicely as well. We're going to keep with these tyre screen at the moment, folks, because obviously these pit stops, we've just seen Scratch and Old Fatch come in and get new inters. We've got soft tyres. Nick BT's gone back in the pits. Scalvin's gone back in the pits as well. They were on the medium and soft tyres respectively, so it's going to be interesting. But look at this LOL all over the back of Seppi, coming out of 12, which is Hans Ernst Bocht, and then we go into Hobocht even.
That Alpha Tauri's got a good run on the Merc.
He does, but what's the grip level's going to be like going around the bank, and who's going to pit? The Merc pit? No, he doesn't.
No,
he decided to. Dynamite's gone, but Dynamite really closed them up right at the end there.
Oh, he locked up. He locked up going into the pits. I wonder if he was going in a little bit too hot. Yeah, well, it hasn't popped up with the bounces, so he just got there and he's gone for the mediums. Ollie's coming in as well.
Yeah. So I think we are now at that crossover point. Are we going to see more rain late on, though, folks? We do not know as yet. Who have we got? Let's have a quick look. I don't believe an overtaking was going to happen as yet. Let's have a look. Who we've got? 20 people watching. Good evening to you all. Lando, good to see you. Mandy saying it looks nasty. Yeah, I would like to be. Well, we've been out in this already once tonight, so Mark will tell you it's not fun. Stu Van saying he's saving potentially soft tyres towards the end. Yeah, could be. Ollie Racing's gone out on a set of softs. Alex, good evening, my friend. Nice to have you again with us. Hope you saw the action early on. Didn't go too well, but hey ho.
17 seconds now. I'm just having a look at the gaps. Sarge is 17 seconds now behind the leaders.
So that is... I don't actually know how long a pit stop is.
I don't know how long a pit stop is here myself, so I think...
It could be close.
Yeah, no, it's hovering just around over 17 seconds at the minute, so I'm just going to keep an eye on what the gap is with these two now.
Are any of these two going to pit? No, they're staying out, so they're feeling like they've got enough grip as it stands.
Hoseman's still going, Camo's coming in.
Okay. Oh, Joni's the next one, he's stayed out. Yeah.
And MCO, both Alphas. Oh, Camo speeding in the pit lane 5 seconds.
Oh, dear.
Oh, it's an easy pit lane to do here.
Mark said it can't be as bad as Spa was in mediums on Friday. You're right. Yeah, that was a poor glitch.
Dynamite spun at the last turn.
Oh no! Hopefully he's keeping on going. Well, let's have a quick look down and see the man. Is he got any damage to those wings? Looks like it was maybe a soft spin, so it's okay as it looking at it. So we've got Bergen there. He's now got Ballboy and Liverpool in between him and J Sarge. That is not going to be happy for the cockle picker. Bergen pitted a lap after J Sarge. He was right behind J Sarge. I don't know if Bergen's had a spin somewhere because he's dropped a good 9, 10, at least maybe 12 seconds to the champ. But that gap, let's have a quick look to the leader. J Sarge, 16 and a half seconds.
They've got to pit. That gap's dropped since last lap.
Yeah, big time.
Sarge has taken half a second out of him this lap alone.
Yeah, so it's now on that one. So who pits? Seppi pits. LRL doesn't. What's Hosman going to do? He stays out as well. Then we've got Joni. He's next. He stays out as well.
The Alpha Tower in the Merc have pitted.
Yeah.
Mediums, soft for the Alpha Tower.
Yeah, interesting. Get rid of that.
He's going to go aggressive. Sarge,
but that gap now, because Hosman's not pitted. There we go, the fastest lap. So it shows those mediums working well. There is enough grip, even with the light rain falling, that Sargent can keep going. That gap now only 11.7 seconds. LR's going to be quick. He is going to be very quick on those soft tyres because he'll get them.
He's got to get them wound up. He's got to get them up and running for a lap.
Marcel Matos, hello, good evening, sir. Thank you for joining us. Mandy, I think Jeff was more than drunk. Yes, he might have been.
Scratches damage, front wing.
Oh, Scratches down, unfortunately, in 19th spot. The Slayer's come back out on intermediate tyres. He is away behind. Where is the Slayer? Let's have a look. So there is our leader. He's actually coming up to lap the Slayer. Scratch has gone and pitted. But the minute there's a couple of gaps, about a second, some 2, 3, 4 second gaps forming. So
he's closing in on the front two now.
Oh, big time. That gap was 11 seconds. He's taking about 3 seconds out of them this lap. I think Horsman's going late. I think he's going long, so he's going to try a one-stop, knowing that everyone else has to pit again. I don't see Sarge taking these medium tyres 30 laps. Of course, Stefan won't take them the softs 30 laps.
I think you're right, because I know normally I think I've done a strategy at this race when I've done a one-stop. I try and get the softs to about 15, 16, and then go to the mediums all the way to the end.
Yeah.
So I think 20 laps is doable, but I think 22 at a push is going too much, so I think you might be right. I think everyone's going to have to go again.
Yeah, they certainly will.
I think there's been a yellow flag. I think Alex has had a spin. No damage on the Alpine, and he's back going.
So that gap at the lead, 8.7 seconds, dropping all the time. We're on board looking at Mr. Blowhole. He is trying to chase down Mr. Ballboy, who's got 5 seconds, of course, for that speeding in the pit lane infraction. But he is closing a little bit. He's just now under a second, or actually hovering around the second point. As Alex is gone from the session, he's gone into... Oh, there's a safety car, full safety car. Now, where are the leaders? Are the leaders able to pit in time to have?
That saved Eugenian Hostman big time.
It has. They are going to lose very little time with that one. Sarge should come out still in the lead. He will still come back out in the lead.
Tremendously.
Yeah, it is.
Just outside the top. Just outside the top 4. Still in the top 5. That's worked out very nicely for the two of them. On the fresh tyres, you can't complain there.
Yeah, exactly.
But safety car out. Get everyone together and clean up the mess of the Alpine, and we'll be back racing.
Yeah, exactly that. It's going to take a little while. There are a lot of gaps out on track. Actually, there's a car just ahead of the safety car as well. That'll be Karim Benzema.
That'll be Scratch on the... Still on the inters. There's still a few...
Yeah. So Bergen's on the inters. Calvin 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. So this is going to be interesting. This might take a few laps to sort out this, folks. So sit tight, of course. Well, yeah, Stuvan's right. The one stop might be relevant if it rains more. Yeah, you're kind of right. It would be, because if there's
still a few cars still out in intermediates.
And a few cars. Calvin's gone back on the inters actually as well.
6 still out in intermediates.
There's a real change of strategies here of what people think is the right way forward. So we'll just keep our eyes on those tyres, I think, folks. I think that's the best option at the moment. Well, it's time for a little bit of safety car chat, I believe, because this will take a little while. And I think you have a doozy this one. You've had a good one this week, haven't you?
Was this the idea we were discussing about earlier?
Yes. I think it's a good one for us.
This goes out to everybody who's watching and everyone who is obviously any drivers we got in the chat. Little question. Now that they're doing the personal numbers, and they've been doing them in the games for a little bit now, What made you choose your number and why?
And if you are a non-driver with us, what number would you pick and why? That's all that goes out. We'll read them all out when you pop it into the general chat. What about yourself, Andrew?
Why? I originally, when the idea first came to the games, I picked 22 because I was a Genesis Button fan back in the day. But now I can't have 22. Thank you, Yuki Tsunoda. But myself. It was the idea to take the 85 is because it was a I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh nerd because the set number for one of my favourite cards was number 85.
Oh, there's Ugoni's gone round under the safety car in the background. Looks like it's raining more now. It does look like it's raining more. Let's have a quick look. So that's a good one. So that's one of your favourite as personal to yourself. Mark Dennison, he is 85 because it's the year he was born. Roundy's 12 is its position at rugby. I like it. Stu Ryan, 16 has been a genuinely lucky number. Cool.
Isn't that your number, the number 12?
Number 12 is my number, yes. I picked that number for a reason that it was my best friend lost his dad about 6, maybe 7 years ago now. Which was tragic, he was quite young. And I never knew this about him, and we spent one night, we were in a casino, my friend and I and a couple of us, and we were sat at the roulette table placing just little bets, and okay. I had some chips on number 12, and my mate was sat next to me, and he said, oh, you got number 12, that was my dad's favourite number. Oh, in that case, I'll double my bet on that, because I loved his dad, really nice man, and I doubled up. I kid you not, number 12 came out. And like we both nearly fell off our chairs, and just in absolute amazement. And that is why I run number 12. If ever I'm going to put a number down, let's say lottery numbers, 12 always has to be in there. And since then, I've always used the number 12 in terms of tribute to my best friend's dad.
That's nice to hear. That really is.
16 is a Claire. Someone challenging Ninja Ferrari for Stu Vine. Yeah. Ryan Barber is hitting 3. Is my always use that in the back when playing footy. Okay. Yeah, so it's interesting that people are bringing other sports in there that they play as well into that.
But no, my one, as I say, with the set number for 85, it's the card I'm known for, so it made sense to put it on the car, really. Oh, can I ball by 5 seconds?
So Carl Williams used to run 18 before Australian Crest 1 because it was his birth year. Then he changed it to 94 because it was his birth year. Then he changed it to 8 because he used it in other games and it's stuck since. Carl, do you not know when you were born? 18 or 94? When were you born? I think that might have been a glitch in some of his when he's typing there. You might want to redo that. But the safety car is... Sorry, Carl.
Someone's off it.
The safety car's in charge has gone early through the banking. And we've got LML's already challenging Seppi. Those soft tyres are going to heat up straight away. And Seppi's going to be challenging. He's alongside. He's slightly ahead of the brake. And who's going to be bravest on the brakes? Seppi runs him a little bit wide. LML. Seppi. Oh, Stefan. Gets through. Yeah, we're going to see a little bit of that save you now. Champ's going to be up to 12. Still just outside the point score position. But I thought it looked like it started raining a bit heavier again. He had a mistype, and Carl was about when Peaky Blinders were about. Move on from that one slightly. That little battle has helped J Sarge get away. Now we are a third.
There's about a 4 or 5 car gaggle going through the middle sector.
Oh, there is. Certainly is. See it on the track map in the bottom right hand side of your screen. As we're going to have places battling. Wow, that's some Chris Bailey. Wow, he's going down there. I think there was a little bit of contact with MTO, managed to hold it. But there's a Red Bull in there as well, fighting away. And he goes round and takes very opportunistic. But we've got a McLaren in there. We've got an Alpine in there. That's Xavier at the back of all that. And the Alpine trying to get through, trying to get those positions back, get himself into the points that he desperately needs. Well, he's got J Sarge up front, and there's 3 abreast. There's a little bit of wheel banging between Bergen and him. It's Ujoni back there. But Bergen on the inters, Bailey on the inters, Fatch on the inters. It is still raining slightly.
They don't seem like they're being overpowered, do they, those intermediate runners?
No, you're right, they don't. Let's have a look at Bergen, round the banking.
Away.
Bergen, well, MTO's on there as...
one of the McLarens. Oh, both McLarens have hit each other.
Oh, no! And where on earth has... Well, Bergen's got through there. Slayer's got another safety car.
Oh, Calvin's
oh my days.
missed the pit lane. He's going to have to do a whole lap with no front wing.
Oh dear me.
And the Aston Martin's missing one too.
Oh, Dynamite's got a drive-through for speeding.
And the safety car. Oh, yeah. He's going to be kicking himself for that.
Mike, now, he's gone back on the intermediates. They feel like it is raining a little bit more. Now, it does look like it's clouded over and is raining heavier than it was previously. Is this going to make those medium tyre and soft tyre runners think again? After that, oh yeah, we got Calvin with no wing. Scratches ahead. Oh, there's also, yep, he's got nothing. G-Star's got no wing. Calvin's got no wing.
Bailey and O'Fatra passed those, at least that 4 or 5 car gaggle pretty easily.
I think that was just good racing through 9 and 10. So they did really well to get through that.
Ollie's back out in the inters. Let's see what happens. I'm going to keep an eye on Sarge, see what he's doing. Staying put. LRL's pitting. And Hoseman.
I think it's now time. Yeah, there's a lot of people now, sorry, on those inters who seem to be having that pace, but Sarge, Seppi and Dynamite staying out. Well, Dynamite has to stay out. He's got to drive through a penalty. It's a difficult one because I think the track now, because they're going slower, they're not kicking the spray up, they're not getting rid of the water. And that is allowing those intermediate tyres to come in even quicker to get that grip that the medium soft tires simply just don't have at the moment.
This early pit stop for the Inters may be a masterstroke.
It could be. They can easily take them to the end. 21 laps left, couple of laps under the safety car. We've got a few drivers still in the pits. That'll be Calvin and his teammate Ujoni are in the pits. Ujoni, unfortunately, had to double stack, but he's not going to lose too much time because obviously he will probably catch the back of the pack. Stuvan says Sarge will probably come in this lap. Be interesting. It will be interesting to see.
Stuvan reckons Sarge will come in this lap.
Yeah. You go, near enough to the back of the pack. I think he'll probably come out in front of. Well, I think Calvin hasn't got a delta. He seems to be moving at a decent pace, so I don't think he's got the delta as it stands. It just sometimes come up and sometimes it doesn't.
I wonder.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this one. He certainly doesn't.
No.
As Dynamite has. He's coming to the pits. Yeah, but he that's going to... Well, it's not going to cost him too much, actually. If he goes back to the intermediates now, he'll join the back of the pack and then have to do his drive-through. So he's not going to lose out as much as he would if he had to pit and then come back out again.
Saviour's still out on the mediums too.
Dynamite's put a fresh set of mediums on there.
He's done 11 laps on him. So there's a real split here.
Yeah, this is why I'm a little bit quieter tonight there than we usually are. And it's a little bit of tightness. It's a difficult race, this one. It does take a lot of concentration, especially in these conditions. But it's also, we're a little bit thrown with so busy looking at these tyres and the different strategies and trying to work out who's doing what. Yeah, Stuvine's confused. How do you think we feel? We've got to talk about it. We've got to keep up with the action. You can pause. We can't. Yeah, Sarge is going to have to pit soon. You'd have to think, but it actually looks like the rain's eased again. It's very hit and miss, and there's a little bit of blue sky over there in the distance.
Yeah, I'm seeing sunshine. I'm seeing some sunlight coming through. So have SW and Sarge really looked out here?
Well, that's the question. That is a good question. And Dynamite, obviously, I know he's got another drive-through. And I think the Slayers had a spin. He did. He's now dropped, unfortunately, down to 11th. Yeah, Xavier as well. He's one. There we go. That's a late call. Late call for that one, but that's going to be interesting. You know, look at Dynamite. Yes, he has a drive-through penalty, which he can't. I don't think he can take this lap. It'll be next lap he's able to take it. Let's see how those mediums go. He'll be hoping possibly for another safety car to get on the back of everybody after that drive-through. But where does JSR go? There he goes at the top of the banking. Tries to get. Oh, look at that! Seppi gets a big tank slapper as he goes over the little bit of the bump that is at the exit of the last corner. But Nick BT, I think, has got the jump on. Xavier Slayer's got a penalty, and Dynamite's pit as well. He's going to be trying to get rid of that penalty now. Slayer, yeah, he did. He must have had some damage when he had that spin. But Bailey, well, what's happened there? Seppi had a moment, and Fatch and Bailey are going through and into second and third. Those intermediate tyres, like you said, firing up nicely. They know where the grip is. They're going to have that little bit more in this light, slippy, wet condition. Xavier's gone! Oh my days, the championship lead is gone!
Oh, it's just round the
oh, he went through turn 6, which is Slaughter Macabach box even.
Just on board with Dynamite, see if I can see the car. Yeah, it's straight on.
Oh my days, but look at this. These intermediate tyres for Mr. Bailey and Fatch are firing up beautifully. Sarge is struggling a little bit with those warm mediums, but look at this mounted grip as Bailey tries to go on the outside. J. Sarge goes deep. He's mounted, bounced off the kills. Oh, there's contact. It's J. Sarge squiggling, and Bailey gets through. Fatch is opportunistic. He gets through as well. Now Bailey in the lead. He's going to be trying to push away. No DRS again for another 2 laps after this one. If we can keep on and not get another safety car, which with fingers crossed we won't, but look at that in the background. That's Seppi. He is defending hard from Bergen. Bergen on the inters. He's going to have that grip. He's going to go around one of his favourite spots, which is the outside of turn 1. That's just Archer spun! And Thatcher spun as well!
Oh my god.
There was nothing else to say because that's exactly the only answer to it. And that has allowed Bergen up into second. Nick is now into third. He's got past Seppi as well now. And these inters seem to be the tyre now. These really seem to... Stefan down in 18th now is in the pits. Or coming out of the pits, we should say. But we're still seeing the Slayer on the soft tyres he's come out on. Here's a Williams 1-2. Very correct, Carl.
I've not had to say that for a while.
Yeah, very true. We do get a little bit. So, now, the leaky hosepipe. He is now on the back of Seppi. And how is he going to fare with those inters against... Oh, look at that little bit of a slide again. Oh, he's sliding even in a straight line, Seppi. He would be in about 5th gear about that point. And he's still sliding. It's, it's a Willy 1-2.
He's not full throttle around that.
He's not. Oh, DRS is now enabled on this lap. So, who's that diving into the pits in the background? That's Ollie's pitted. As is the hosepipe going to go try. He's going to try the switcheroo. Is he going to be left space? He is just about, and has the traction to get past Seppi. Now we've got Kareem is in the background. The Mercedes teammates. How are they going to play this one?
Ollie switched over. Ollie's gone back to mediums.
Yep. Well, the DRS has now been enabled. This is
scratches all over.
He is. We're on board with that battle. Into team battle as a yellow. Jess Sarge is now gone. He's gone round at number 7. Is that going to make it another safety car?
Same as Saviour.
Yeah.
What happened there? Let's have a look at Dynamite. Can't see where Sarge is. I think he's off quite deep in the gravel.
He's not.
Yeah, he is.
Is he? We're going to go quickly on board with G-Star. Where is he? Oh, he is.
G-Star. Yeah, you can just see him on the left.
Yeah, that's. He'll have got a tank slapper coming up over that little bit of a bank.
Yeah,
and then.
Quite a big hit.
Yeah, and he'll have hit the wall. So it's going to be interesting. Who is going to pit? Who is going to try and take that gamble and go to the medium tyres? Who's going to go maybe back to the inters? Is Chris going to pit? Is Bergen going to pit? No, they're staying out.
Chris, no.
But Bailey.
Bergen's not.
I think Bergen.
Is in.
Has Bergen pitted? No.
Seppi has. I'm just seeing what he's going for. He's going back to Winters.
Yep, he is. He was struggling with those mediums. Decided to make the switch back.
Let's see if Dynamite's staying put.
Next to is Ollie. He's just gone on to the medium tyres himself. Well, the tyres here are all over the place too. You're right. That's why we're a little bit quieter, because we're still trying to work it out ourselves. There's a lot of head scratching going on here. And of course, we're not down there. The drivers are. They will be able to feel the grip, and they will know what is best, what is not, how they feel. You know, they've gone probably more with a wet setup as well for this race, of course. With well, let's go back to the safety car chat, because I think everyone has pitted now who was going to pit, so I reckon we'll have one more lap as Slayer is going through turn 3. Anyone else's numbers? We've had a few there. Oh, who was that? That's Hoseman! Hoseman spun, coming out of 12. Really low spin. It just seemed to... Well, it's nothing you could do once the back goes like this. You haven't got the front end grip and the heat to try to catch it. You're right, Stu. It's like stuck in the crossover point. Inters are good, then mediums come into their own, and then it's back to inters again. Yeah, it seems to be. I think it's just inters, and I mean just, because it seems to be the medium tyres are struggling. Those runners are struggling with that initial grip and that warm-up phase, and then they think they can push, and they just don't have that grip at the moment. Well, hopefully this will be the last safety car of the race. Only 2/3 through it at the start. Yeah, and to be fair, Joe Sarge popped up in the Discord there, and he did mention he doesn't have very good luck around here. I think he said he's found the wall 3 times, and now it's number 4.
Track, isn't it, this one?
I think everyone really does have a bogey track. Everyone has to. Manny's putting if she drove, sorry, it would be had to have had 11 if Jekyll didn't have it, because it's the son's year of birth. So she'd have hers, which is 79. I like it. Very nice. Like that one.
Well, you've just had another good little topic there. What's everyone's bogey track? What's one track where you look on a career mode and you think, I really don't want to race here?
Anything to do with street circuits for me.
So Monaco, Singapore.
Singapore's not so bad, but definitely Monaco. Azerbaijan's okay. Yeah, Jeddah's okay. But we will come back to that. Answers on the postcard. It's like Randy says, all of them. Fair play. But we're now back to racing. There we go. Chris has really got the jump on his teammate, but Berger's out under pressure. He's got Nick BT all alongside. His Scratch is also in there as well, but that's going to be side by side, nearly 3. But no, Scratch got a little bit boxed in. Nick BT's trying to go on the inside of Berger, and Berger's not going to give this one up. We know how strong he is in the opening part of this lap. He's going on the outside of 2. Wow, he does, and managed to hold it into 3. Good defence from Berger, great speed that he managed to carry into 2 as well. Nick gave him plenty of space. There was an instant in Tier 2 right at the start of the race where people weren't really given space, were forced a little bit wide. But that was really, really good racing out of there. And Bob Bergen's going to try to keep up with his teammate. Of course, Chris Bailey, 1.7 after all that, away in the lead. Let's have a look further down. There's quite a bit of it. This is just a nice little train we've got going on here, all the way from second all the way up to Stefan in 11th, actually, all further back. And the interesting bit about that,
back to the back.
Oh, what we missed. Dynamite's gone round, I think. But just had a bit more. Ollie's struggling. Dynamite, yeah, he is struggling for that grip. You can see him at the back there. Now he's tumbling down the order, fighting with the Slayer, who's holding on. you'd have to say, I'm not sure how many pit stops Slayer's had. It's a few. But look at that gap now. Chris up ahead is now got 2.6. Here we go, Nick BT this time round the side by side. We've got the helicopter cam a little bit going down the road. DRS has now been of course we just had the safety car, so it won't be, but there we go, look at that. Berger now trying the switcheroo, trying to go around and try to get Nick BT back. Who's going to be bravest through turn 2? Wow, that was Nick this time. Runs a little bit deep. Is he going to manage to hold it through 3? Takes the wider line in the banking. Who's going to get the drive? That'll be Bergen going up the hill through 4, 5 and 6. But they're nearly side by side still. Nick's not giving this one up. Is he going to have to give it? He has to give it in the end.
Oh, don't go too wide there.
That was scary. In these conditions, it's bad enough in the drive, folks. But that's why it's a Bergen for Tier 1. And the Bergen fan club are always out in Tier 2. But we've gone a little bit quiet for Tier 1. But now we've got a lot of people on these inters. They'll be saving. They'll have saved them.
Back on inters.
Yeah, they are. They are. You're right. Yes, Dynamite's pitted. Slayer's pitted. It seems to just be the right strategy. Maybe that crossover now is just starting to eke towards the inters. Yeah. But I think Chris, you've got 13 laps left still this way. It's a long way to go. Anything can happen, of course, as we know every single week. But Scratch is under pressure now from Le Rappel. And with Ballboy in hot pursuit as well. This is going to be interesting of who's going to have the drive, who's going to use all of the ARS. And the 33 wide going into turn 1. Who's going to make the move? Oh, there's contact further back. That's Le Rappel and Ballboy. Oh, wow, Le Rappel just hangs on to that spot. That was an attack turned into defence. MTO right behind, just trying to keep clean, looking if he can take up some of the pieces, but his teammates say, oh, as Le Rappel gets a bit squirrely coming out of 3 as well. Will they be able to take the tyres to the end? We've got Scratch on 14, Nick on 12, Bergen 14, Chris on 13 laps. It's a bit of an ask.
I think the interslicks will be fine. Well, that's what they'll look like by the end of it.
Yeah, they don't. Well, yeah, they will do. But they don't tend to drop off a cliff very much. So
Sony MTO still wheel to wheel.
Certainly are. We're going to keep on board with this one. We've got Johnny now back in the battle. Calvin as well. They're now back in the points after their little coming together and their issues early on.
Zach Brown had a little talking to him over the radio.
Yeah, but here we go. Johnny now has got ahead actually of his teammate. I do believe Calvin was ahead early on. And now they've got Johnny ahead, and he's going to be punting down MTO. They're going to be using as much EOS as possible. Is he going to have a go into turn 1? He's not this time. Bobby looking at Le Rappel in the foreground there in the distance. Nothing happening just there as well. Oh, as Johnny gets a little bit slippy as he gets on the throttle. Nick BT's did drop to over second behind Bergen. He's now back to 4 tenths as well. The gap's ebbing and flowing as Chris Bailey cruising up ahead at the moment. 2.8 that gap, but this is all a big gaggle of cars all the way down to 14th now. We've got a big train of cars. Then we've got Ollie, Dynamite and the Slay, of course, who pitted after the safety car. Well, this is I don't really know who to follow, to be perfectly honest, because it's all so close and so tense. Anything can happen. Anyone could potentially have a go, and at this point, at least be on a podium. But Bailey is clearing off into the distance. 3.2 now. That gap. Really, he's putting the hammer down.
He's checked out. Just going, all right, guys, I'm done. See you later.
Yeah, he's got the benefit of the clean air and takes which line he wants, picks his braking points really well. There we are, 10 now racing laps left to go after this one. And that gap, MTO's dropped a little bit back to just over a second from Ballboy. But this battle here for second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth, separated by only a few tenths of a second. Everyone's just going to be trying to look for...
Oh, contact! Little contact, MTO, and Joni. Oh, giving Calvin a good run again.
It is, but Calvin seems to just be sitting there. It's very tight through there because of the undulation of the track, because of the left-right features of it. It is very difficult to make a move unless you get a really good run. and get alongside early doors. You're not going to get past as Seppi's trying to fight back as Dynamite now sets fastest lap of the race. But look at this, Calvin's trying to go on the outside on his teammate, but he's not just going to have to now then defend from the Mercedes of Seppi. Is Seppi going to have a look into 10? He is. He's almost alongside. There's nearly contact. There's a little bit there. Who's going to come out on top? The side by side. Thank goodness for the helicopter cam, but this side by side they're going to be dumping all the RS. There's a little bit of a squeeze from Calvin. All give racing room though, and manages to just keep ahead in the braking zone. Bravest of the brave on the brakes in that one. And then out Calvin, after that little scare, is going to have to go back and try to get under the wing of his teammate as they hunt down MTO. Seems to be dropping off the pace just a little bit, but up ahead, look at this. We've got Ball by under the rear wing. Oh, Liverpool, who's going to have a look into turn one. There's contact. Oh, and that's Liverpool's gone round.
Liverpool's in the wall. I'm just going to check if he's got damage.
I think he stopped it just beforehand. I think he stopped before. It was quite a low spin. I feel like there was just enough space. I don't know. I think that may eventually go to the stewards after this race. I'm not going to comment because it's. But I'll tell you what, the McLarens were side by side. Calvin had a run on his teammate. Is he going to have a look into 9? He's not this time. Oh, that was close as well.
Mercedes is all over his rear wing still.
He is. He really is.
Bergen for the 3rd straight week in a row playing the perfect number 2 driver.
Yeah, that's fair. He is good, but look at this battle between the teammates now. We're just on here. We're just going to stick on both of this. Oh, Johnny gets a big tag slapper on. That's how his teammate passed it. Is it going to allow the Mercedes pass to Seppi round the outside of the banking? Oh, there's another. Oh, he gets twitchy again, and then AlphaTauri's broken his wing. Who's that?
AlphaTauri's got damage.
AlphaTauri's got damage, but I think Holzman's retired. I think he got damage as well. He went into the pit, and that's another safety car. Well, our 4th safety car of this race.
I hope Mylander's refueled it.
But Horseman, that looked like he just came into the pits, and then he suddenly retired.
Wall.
Yeah, there was a big bit of wing flying off there, and looking at LRL, it may have a touch of damage, but it doesn't look too bad. It might be non-visible, which is always even worse, especially in the wet. But he seemed to hit the back of Ujoni's square on, which sometimes you get away with that, to be perfectly honest. So you might be okay.
I wonder now, is anyone going to pit?
Well, that's going to be interesting. What about these front 4, maybe even front 5, with their tyres? We'll see.
17, 18 laps, 16, 18 laps.
Yeah, that's the thing. But again, we're going to have maybe 6 laps behind of racing after we have the safety car. So, and this is going to save them a little bit. But is Bergen going to back them up and allow Chris to pit and lose? No, he's not. He's staying out. What about Bergen? Let's have a quick look. Is Bergen going to pit? No. Is anyone going to pit? No one is at this point. I think you would lose out too much if you did. You really would. Unless you have damage, which I think Thatcher's pitting. I don't know if he's got damage in that Red Bull. Oh, there's a front wing going there. There isn't. He just. Oh, he's got a penalty. Okay, fair point. Serve it in the pits. Good call. He had a good gap to Ollie, in fairness, so he's not going to lose it. I don't know, actually. Ollie's come down the pit straight. Yeah, I think Ollie has actually just jumped him on that one.
Weren't we talking about bogey tracks for early?
We were, actually. Yes, we were.
I'd say for myself, it would be... I'm not the biggest fan of Abu Dhabi.
Oh, I love that.
I can't get the rhythm around there. Cota's one I'm not a fan of. Circuit of the Americas, which is great because I'm racing there on Wednesday night.
I know that our glorious leader, Mr. Single Track, he really doesn't like fans. I mean, sorry, oh, he loves France. He loves it. If he's watching, I know there'll be a comment coming soon, but we will see. Yeah, you don't mind Jeddah. Jeddah's a funny one. Jeddah is... It takes a while to get used to, but after a while, by the time we got to the MRCX races in there, I quite liked it at the end of last season. I didn't mind it.
I think with these bogie tracks for me, I think it's a lack of confidence issue myself. I don't think I could like push the car as much as I want to.
Everyone has them. Everyone has those kind of tracks where they feel they can push more, they feel they have to take it easier, or they just can't get the rhythm, the setup isn't just quite right. So everyone has those tracks. It's not just you. We're all the same with that, I assure you. So, again, bogey tracks, get them into the comments. We'll read them out while we're under safety car conditions. I imagine we're going to have, probably this will be the last lap as well. And then we will have a 6-lap sprint to the finish with the Williams of Mr. Blowhole and the Cockle Picker in first and second place, with Nick BT after a great recovery drive, it must be said, from Nick to get back up into third. Don't do what I did and bin it when you're in third, because I had a recovery drive, and yeah, please don't. Please do well with it out. It's about time, and he's a good driver, good racer, so hopefully he will get this one to the end. Kareem in fourth, Ballboy, he's got the penalty there. He's in fifth, MTO in sixth, Calvin now, he's up in seventh, finally got past his teammates. Seppi got past Ujoni, he's in eighth, Ujoni in ninth, and Stefan LLL, he is in 10th. G-Star in 11th, then Liverpool was up there, he's in 12th, Ollie in 13th, Fatch in 14th, Dynamite had a difficult race, Slayer then at the back in 16th spot. Safety car finally coming in this lap. We'll have 6 racing laps for you this evening. And let's have a go and let's see whose tyres are going to last, whose tyres are going to be the ones that they can get towards the end. Everybody on the intermediate tyres. Let's have a quick look at the stops. 4 for some, 6 for the Slayer. But there we go, Chris Bailey's gone when he's round the banking. He's got to jump on his teammate yet again. Just picks the spot perfectly where he knows the traction is in those rear tyres and the front to keep it round the banking. He's got 9/10 of a second. Nick BT not close enough to challenge, but is Ballboy close enough to have a look at Benzema? He's not quite, he's pushing the Mercedes around turn 1. And then Calvin as well on the back of MTO. I tell you what, is that Seppi having a look into turn 2? There's contact! Oh, Calvin's gone round. It seemed like he got...
gone too.
Yeah, Seppi went. That was Calvin as well. He tagged Calvin round turn 2. Put his nose in there. And I don't know if Calvin expects him to back out or not. That's so unlucky. Fatch is missing his front wing as well. The Red Bull, he's had a poor start. Nick BT's past Bergen, you're right. Good call. Whew. Let's go again. Liverpool now 5. Second penalty. Joni's got past MTO. He's back up into 6th. He was one of the winner of that Calvin and Seppi little scrap and little bit of contact. But now Bergen's going to be fighting his way back. Nick BT goes a little bit deep into number 11 and then through 12. Really hampers you for the exit of 12 on the apex. Really got to be quite slow on the entrance to that one. Bergen's managed to get, oh dear, so going through tyres wet. No, they're all on intermediates too. Oh, everybody is on the intermediate tyres at this stage of the race. But I tell you what, the top 3 dropped Benzema. But look at this, Ballboy's having a look into turn 1. Oh, he backs out just a little bit, just worried about that understeer, which you do get easier in the wet conditions, and just worried about that. He tries to go on to, he gets, runs a little bit wide, and that's allowed Joni back through. Is it going to allow his teammate on the back of him now? He's really struggling with the grip on those inters. That's allowed him to yo through, and now we've got G-Star. He's back in the running now, in the points, in 8th. I'm sure these guys will. I tell you what, this is proof, folks. If you retire in the pits, you can really lose out. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. Slayer's in the pits again. I think he's on his 7th stop. He's going to run out of tyres soon. It's which tyres are least worn, really. Unfortunately for the Slayers, Fatch is having a nightmare with no front wing. Look at this. We've got, that's a Ferrari. That's Ollie having a look at Seppi in the background. And this side by side coming out to 10, going down into 11. Seppi's got the inside line. Stefan, sorry. He's got the inside line. Who's going to be latest on the brakes? Ollie gives him room and does just squeeze through. Thatcher's retired now from the session. He is retired in the pit lane.
It's too late for a safety car, though.
Hopefully not. 4 laps left. You probably don't get a safety car at this stage. But this is the battle. Nick has actually closed that gap a little bit. Nick and Chris is only 1 second. Bergen's been dropped. He's 1.3 back, but this will be a fantastic race from Bergen. Chris as well. He was struggling early on as well. Is that's Sepp? Oh my days, Seppi and Calvin. They're going at it again. Careful, boys. We don't have a repeat of the last lap. Managed to get through okay this time round. But this is the battle now with Joni on the back of the Kareem Benzema. We're going to go back to this one. I know there's a big battle for 8th, 9th, 10th. No, Jake Starr's gone! Oh, we cut away from it. Typically. Oh my days, but he's gone big time through 5. And now we do have a safety car.
I think there was contact with Lirapal. He's missing his front wing.
Yes, the Haas is missing his wing. That's big contact to lose the wing. So safety car is out. Hopefully it won't be out too long. They might give us usually 2 laps of racing, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's at least 35. I think it will come in, and we get a shootout.
We certainly do. You're kind of right there, Stu. Yeah, it looks really, really wet now. And well, yeah, you're right. And I think Chris, Nick, Bergen. Let's have a quick look at who's been on the tyres the longest. Well, yeah, the top 4. They're going to start struggling, I think now. Not just to keep the temperature in them, but the grip as well. I mean, the top 3 did drop Kareem Benzema quite a lot. And MTO is going to be thankful for that, because let's have a quick look at the penalties. Ujoni has got a penalty. He's got 3 seconds, so MTO is going to be rubbing his hands at that one. People who are not going to be rubbing their hands is going to be Bald Boy, unfortunately, because he's got 5 seconds. And he was hoping to maybe stay in the points with that if the race continued and if he had the pace. But Johnny's going to be suffering with that. He's not going to be happy. Mike is probably the only one who's going to be rubbing his hands, and everybody behind Ball Boy as well is going to be rubbing their hands, knowing they're going to potentially get that spot back as Liverpool had to pit. Dynamite's gone for softs. Oh, why not? Why not? Slayer 7 stops. You really must run out of tyres.
His pit crew must be sick of seeing the sight of him.
He'd be sick of pressing the pit limiter button, I would be. To be fair, only 2 penalties. There we are. We're going to have lap 35, lap 36, a 2-lap shootout. As we said, we've got Chris ahead of Nick, ahead of Bergen. He hasn't got his rear gunner this time, Chris. When's he going to go? Is he going to go around the banking? Is he going to have enough heat in the tyres? Well, we will see. Is this battle further down with the Ball Boy MTO and the rest going to reignite? And now we see... well, I can't call this one. Chris has got, seemed to have really good pace, but Nick's coming into his own as well. And he's hounding the back of that Williams. Not going to let him get away, but there we go. Chris is going to get a little bit of a slap on as well. Oh, that's allowed Nick to stick with him. Only 3/10. He's got the run on him. Nick has got the run going down the main straight. He's going to be dumping as much ERS. Is he going to have a look on the outside? Chris has had to go defensive. Nick's going around the outside into turn 1. Chris is there. Chris is there. Chris. Oh, he still gets to 4. He got slippy. This allowed Nick. He's going to try the cut back into 2. He's had to back out of it. That's very wisely done. But he's going to keep on going. He's still on the outside of 3 on the banking. Who's going to get the better drive? Chris just manages to keep it in a straight line. Is it going to be a single foul through there? Chris has got defensive in the left hand, and he's gone a little bit wide. But he now turns right. Is he going to Nick have a go? No, he's not into 9. That's not 9. Apologies, that's only 7. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm losing my track of where we are, what we're doing. Who are we?
Well, I think the last time I checked, your name's Mark and my name's Andrew.
Thanks for the heads up. I needed that. With the action here, I don't have a clue what's going on and who could have it. Ball Boy suffering with grip. Oh, he's passed now. Calvin's passed. Seppi's had a bit of a moment as well. At LOL, yeah, LOL. Stefan's had a moment, so they're having a good little ding dong further down. But Now Nick, he's gone from the attack mode. He's having to defend against Bergen. Bergen very strong in the first part of the lap, the first sector especially. There's no... Ibrahim, he's saying there's literally no grip. You're right, it definitely looks like there is absolutely no grip. These tyres over 20 laps old now, of course. So they are literally going to be... This is Lewis Hamilton. Look at that, O'Johnny's had a go and scratch Charisma and gets it. Fatcher's now left the session. He did DNF though. But O'Johnny, he's now got past Karim Benzema. He's going to be hounding the back of these two. His tyres are a little bit fresher than those three ahead. It's going to be literally looking like slick tyres for the top three. And you can see the grip that he's got already on the back of Bergen. Bergen now again, he's the same. He's going to have to go from attack to defence. As Nick BT is now on the back. Who's going to be on the podium? Nobody knows. If Johnny, don't forget, it's got 3 seconds worth of penalties. This is going to drop him down, but he doesn't want to get held up. He wants to be pushing. This is the last lap now of the race. We've had a bit of a quick moment. We've had drama. We've had absolute excitement. We've had spins, contact, crashes. There's only 14 drivers left in this race, and yet we still don't know who could win this one. Is there going to be a last gasp attempt from Nick? Chris just keeps it nice and neat. You still got the difficult banking still to go. Bergen has still got Joni for company, trying to keep it a little bit twitchy there from the second Williams driver. But going round the banking, we're going to ride on board with Chris for this one. Round the banking, round the last turn. Does he manage to keep it? He does. He keeps it in a straight line and coming across the line. It's going to be Mr. Blowhole. Bailey takes the victory. Nick BT with a fantastic drive into second. Bergen rounds out the podium. Karim Benzema gets fourth. Mike takes fifth. Ollie Vanity takes seventh. Ujoni gets eighth. Stefan gets ninth. Ballboy is dropped down to 10th after penalties. Leverpel 12th. Calvin, difficult race for him. Unfortunately finishes 13th. Had very, very strong pace early on. And the last of the runners, unfortunately, on track. Luck was not with him tonight. Is Mr. Dynamite. He crosses the line. Wow.
What a Grand Prix.
Well, we've had it all. We had the quiet moments where the gap started to form, and then we had absolute crazy bit of racing there. Don't forget, folks, log on, get your votes for the driver of the day. The game's given it to Nick BT with a stunning drive after a crash in qualifying, and now pops it into second, challenging for the win right at the end as well. But Mr. Blowhole, he takes the win. Nick BT in second, and the other Williams driver of Bergen in third. Strong night for him. Scratch, of course, as we mentioned, takes fourth. MTO fifth. Ollie sixth. SW, which is Seppi, he takes 7th. Joni 8th. LOL, which is Stefan, he takes 9th. And Baldboy takes 10th. And breathe.
What were you saying a couple of weeks ago? They're doing this deliberately on that Banana Health.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm glad I don't work on Tuesdays. I need the day to recover. But what a fantastic race that was, folks. As we mentioned, go and vote for your driver of the day. There's plenty up there I think we could be voting for as well. We have the Chris going up from 12th on the grid to take that victory. Bergen reserving had a great race as well and great qualifying. Take your pick. Take your pick, folks. Get your votes in and we will reveal the winner in our Discord. And we might start leaving them on our Instagram pages as well in the near future. But of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video, share it with your friends and family on social media. Don't forget to follow our social media challenge, MRC F1 Leagues. We are there on Facebook and Instagram as well. And that'll be it for this evening. We're going to go and have a calm down. The drivers will be calming down. The top three will be celebrating, I am sure. But we will be back on Wednesday evening, of course.
I've seen someone in the chat is celebrating as well.
I bet they are. Bergen will be celebrating that one. Without a shadow of a doubt.
I think someone's celebrating the win.
Yeah, I bet he is. I'm not surprised. He deserved it. That was a fantastic one.
I believe it's his other half.
Ah. Well, fantastic. Actually, I think it's his mum is a supporter.
My apologies.
He's going to get you for that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I think
It was
she
an
will.
honest
Yeah, she is a good
mistake.
supporter. She is a good fan. But no, please do vote for your driver of the day. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Andrew, for joining me
No
for this
worries.
one this evening. We'll be back on Wednesday for Tier 3 and Tier 4, of course, as per usual. And then we are back on Friday, where we have the King Kong. Connor will be with us. I'll be the one and only T-Sad Ted in the absence of Mr. Banshee this week and of next as well, and he'll be back at the end of the month. But everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for taking part, all drivers, and thank you for taking part in the chat. And thank you, Andrew, of course.
No worries. Thanks again.
Always a pleasure, my friend. Always a pleasure. Thank you, everybody. We will be with you, of course, on Wednesday evening. Don't forget, join us 7 o'clock on the dot. We will be here again for Tier 3. A good evening and a good night.